LPV got started when a group of us got together and said, you know what, we need to put together a group of established leaders, people who were interested, a diverse group that looked like the Valley itself. The original involvement was really an outgrowth of two different groups. The Pioneer Valley Planning Commission to leadership Hampshire County. People like Suzanne Beck, Russ Piotr, and so forth.
LPV brings together diverse leaders and binds our community by providing a platform over our 10-month core program for folks from all three counties to come together, people from all employment sectors, so nonprofits, for-profit, public sector, as well as ethnically diverse participants.
What really works with Leadership Pioneer Valley is that it allows individuals who are involved in the program to identify and really work on issues that are important not only to the region but important to them personally.
So both of the individuals that I supported from the United Way, Sarah Tanner from the Hampshire County community and Raymond from Hamden County, really represented to me such promise.
It was a great experience to be part of the inaugural class. Without question, has made me a better worker. I think in any experience, in any setting that you go through with other professionals, you're going to get a takeaway or a series of takeaways from that. And there were a number of them. I think it allowed me to understand various communities in better detail.
So I think they both came away with a much broader sense of how important it is for us to take a regional approach to leadership development.
So the LPV experience for me was quite a challenge, actually. I think I went into it with one perception of what it was going to be like and realized quickly that it was going to be so much more and so much bigger than I was anticipating. So especially with regards to our group project, I worked with an amazing team that sort of pushed the limits of what we could do in the period of time that we had. So.
Lee is quite a talented person. He was quite a talented individual when he arrived in Chicopee, and the things that I could point to would be the city's done a couple of block parties, and Lee's really coordinated those efforts, and I think probably his project with the leadership program probably was good training ground for ensuring success for the city's block parties that he's really, coordinated and ensured.
I had the opportunity to work with for 3 years, over 3 years, the first 3 years on the Next Generation Pioneers group. Our organization was really interested in knowing more about what key elements are important to young professionals and young people to make this valley their home, to work here, to want to live here, to play here, to really engage and stay with the community over the long run.
Well, my LPV experience is very recent, and I just thought it was a great combination of having a solid curriculum, which working in education is always something I look for. Having different things, people have different learning styles, so the different ways that we learn. We were in workshops at some points, we had guest speakers, we were out in the community, touring the community. Being part of the program, I think, has made me think more deeply about how I am a leader in my everyday life as well as in my work life.
So I joined the Springfield community in July 2015, which aligns directly with the time that Charlene began in the LPV program. Over the course of that program, I personally benefited a great deal because as Charlene and I were developing a supervisor-supervisee relationship, she was able to bring to the table some of the tools that she utilized as part of the program to be able to articulate what she needed as a leader, what motivated her, what were good ways to provide feedback to her, praise to her, how I might know when she's disengaged. So we actually utilized some of the tools that were part of the workbook and handbook, if you will, in the program.
But something that is lasting for me is my group worked with Catholic Charities as our project, as our big project. And we designed a mentoring program for refugee women. And then we handed it over to Catholic Charities. And I know that they're an organization that is under-resourced and understaffed. And so, I hoped, as my group members hoped, that something would happen with this program, but we didn't know for sure. And just about 3 weeks ago, I was in downtown Springfield at the Quadrangle Museums, and I was touring a group of first-year students from Springfield College. I was giving them a tour of the city of Springfield, and someone called out my name as we were walking through the Dr. Seuss garden, sculpture garden, and it happened to be Susanna, who works for Catholic Charities, and she was there with a group of refugee women and their mentors. And she said to me, Charlene, I'm tearing up. She said, this is your program. It's happening.
And I think they emerged from the program, better leaders, better prepared to be employees, and better invested into the region because they have gotten such a deep dive into some of the important topics of the region.
The relationships and partnerships that come out of LPV have been big and small. Everything from hearing the other day about one of our participants from Amherst who is doing consulting work for the board of another year's class down in Springfield. So those two would have never come together if it wasn't for Leadership Pioneer Valley. I think of Alfonso Santaniello and the work that he's done with SUDEP Springfield, which includes several LPV alumni to put together an organization that's making a tremendous difference in the lives of folks in Springfield. So our participants are reaching out to other alumni to join their boards, to get involved in projects that they're doing at work, or when they're looking for businesses that they're going to work with. So it's both strengthening our businesses as well as seeing community connections that are strengthening our organizations.
I tell this story all the time. So, I'm in a room with 30, 35 individuals. Some of them I know, and at least half were complete strangers to me. But I had an opportunity to meet really, really good people, many of which are still associates and friends. One gentleman, Tony Maroulis, who was part of my subgroup, was the actual individual that I shared the White Line story with first. And it was Tony who introduced me to Mike Yates, who eventually turned out to be the brewer for White Line Brewing. So
LPV hopes in the future to build on the core of folks that have gone through the LPV program and other programs. We're some 160 alumni strong now, and continue to build that cadre of leaders both within their organizations and up and down the valley.
As we face, this is an experience that people remember and come together with each other years and years after they've been part of the program. And that's really the strength, is the relationships.
I want to congratulate the board of directors, past and current members of the board. Certainly Laura, I want to congratulate Laura for the outstanding leadership that she provides to this organization, and to all of the wonderful men and women that have participated in Leadership Pioneer Valley's program. And certainly looking forward to the future, the ongoing future development of this amazing resource in the Pioneer Valley.